Hi there, magical friends. Alice here from Which Way Wellness with another episode of our Validating Yourself with the Tarot. So, although we're talking about the tarot or tarot, however you want to pronounce it, is fine. And this is also anything that you're using for kind of self-discovery divination practices. So this could be runes, it could be oracle cards, it could be bibliomancy, where you're using like words, open a book to a page and pick a word, like anything, numerology, whatever it is that you're using to divine that sense of self and that deeper understanding. So these are concepts that can be applied to all of those things. So if you notice that I'm kind of bouncing up and down a little bit, I am sitting on top of my wonderful yoga and stability ball, which I really like. It's so much nicer on my body as compared to sitting in an office chair. So yes, that's why I get to do a little wiggle while I talk to you. This is great. I love it. So what I wanted to talk about today was the deepening. So it's like the deepening the understanding. So you're getting the idea that you can pull a card or do a spread for yourself, and that the themes that come up in the cards are kind of informing you about patterns that happen in your life. It could be it could be patterns about relationships. It could be patterns about your beliefs, your values. I mean, anything really. So, what do we do? You know, okay, great. So you have these skills. You have this thing. Then what? So, kind of the real world applications. Um, One way that I've used this actually quite a bit in my own self discovery, I mean, it's not like I haven't ever discovered myself, but I feel like I am constantly discovering uh, new things about myself, or I'm making connections about something that had maybe, not been as clear before. So I highly like one of the best ways is keeping a daily journal. And I say daily, but I don't want you to get hung up on the idea that this is something you have to do every single day, or, oh my God, the world's going to end. It's okay to skip days. That said, let me show you what I've got. Because I like slightly fancy things. So I got myself a little traveler's notebook. It comes with these other smaller notebooks inside. I can add stickers. I can write. A lot of times I just keep it pretty low key. Like each page is a day. I'll have the date. I might be I might write in it the some of the kind of the things on my mind. It could be to-do list. It could be things that I'm wanting to manifest. Currently, I'm working my way through a 90-day movement and manifestation process. And I'm finding that, it's just really nice to like notice how much I do move my body every day, and that there are times where I'm wanting to maybe focus or call in a particular energy. And one way of helping me kind of figure out like maybe something I could manifest is by pulling a card. Partly because the way my brain works, I'm autistic, also have ADHD, and I have, there's a thing that happens with my brain that when I'm trying to envision something, it's like I can't clearly envision one thing. For example, somebody tells me to imagine an apple. And it's like my brain is going to be flipping through a slideshow of all the apples I've seen in my life. All the colors, all the shapes, all the sizes, the tastes, the memories, all this. And it happens within a pretty short time period. But I can't just settle on one apple. I mean, it's a little different if somebody's like, picture a red apple about the size of your palm. Okay, I can work with that. That's something that's like fairly concrete and it gives me a direction. But if it's something that's very expansive, then I have a harder time with that. So rather than, I'm not just going to open my journal and be like, I want to manifest this, because a lot of times I don't really know, or there's so many options that picking one is going to take a lot of time and energy. And that's not usually something I want to spend a lot of time or energy on, is that. I want to spend it on other things. So, pulling a card for myself on a daily basis or almost daily basis really helps with this process. So, I'm going to do this with you while I'm working with. I've already kind of shuffled it a bit off camera, but just a little more shuffle. So I'm using the Intuitive Heart Tarot, which is I'm trying to blank on her name, Rachel True. So True Heart, True Heart Intuitive. True Heart Intuitive Tarot. Yes. It's the guidebook with it is wonderful. The cards are just really delightful. The diversity of the figures is something that I find really interesting and appealing for me. And again, it's like some people really like the standard, Rider-Waite Smith, and other people like really completely different imagery with their decks, whether you like animals or minerals or whatever in the world it is. Like there's just so many, there's so many wonderful things. So card that I have for today is my Three of Discs. So we've got people in a field, and we've got these three discs, the pentacles, and they're sitting around. It could be a picnic. It looks like they're sharing some food, although I think these might actually be pieces of discs. They also kind of look a little bit like tacos, because tacos are great. But it's, you get this sense of friendship, of community, of the kind of the coming together and in getting a chance to enjoy something where you don't feel alone. And so what I would use this for, if I'm looking towards, well, what is something that maybe I would want to manifest for today? And so with this Three of Discs, I would be thinking about, and I often, my manifestations start with questions. Is, looking at the cards and thinking, okay, we've got these flowers and this grass, and maybe it's like, I want to spend some more time in nature with friends. Maybe I want to go on a hike or have a picnic with friends. So then it's, so what can I do to make that happen? And I can identify either how I'm going to go about it, or if there's potentially barriers to it. Knowing, like, especially now during the pandemic, things are a little like, it's we've got to be a little flexible, a little fluid, kind of figuring that out. But so for my today, for what I want to manifest is the one, I want to manifest just this feeling, and how can I find that today? So I have opportunities coming up with some classes that I'm teaching today, both in person and through video, through the online groups that I'm a part of. Is, there's this sense of, and also sharing, like, do I have skills and resources that I can offer? And a lot of that does happen with my classes. I very much get to really share my knowledge, the understanding of the way the movement has worked and felt in my own body. And also I get to share the lessons I've learned from that, the awareness, and sharing that with other people. It might resonate with them, it might not. It's not really, it's kind of like I share it, and then someone else can decide what they're going to do with it. Because I very much don't want to just tell people. I don't want to tell people what to do. I'll give you guidance. I'll coach you through it. But it's not as if, the way that I'm doing it is the one true and only way. There's so many options out there. So give this a try. Taking this into your practice for creating, whether it's, you can use the cards for creating an affirmation, or it's something you want to manifest, or maybe it's a daily question. It's a daily question that you ask yourself, and whether you journal about the question, or maybe you're like, well, these are some activities that I could do that would kind of answer this for me. The options are varied and really fantastic. And there's so many things that you can use it for. So, what I would like to hear from you is what kind of practice you decided to work with in terms of, are you drawing a card for yourself? Are you journaling? What kind of cards are you using? Or are you using some other divination tool that helps you find that daily insight? What other things do you do to help create a space that whatever it is that you're calling in can actually take root and start showing up in your life? Has it given you, epiphanies, ideas, thoughts, helped you set different goals? Any of those things, I would really love to hear about that. Thank you.